Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Haussmann Comics. Thanks for coming to the channel. Today we're going to take another look at the early history of a beloved Marvel villain, the Feathered Felon. So, gotta be asking yourself, what are some of those things you know about the Feathered Felon? And let's see if they're covered in the early issues. The Feathered Felon, right? Speedball villain. Does he tangle with any other heroes in his early appearances? No. Okay, what about his trademark wings, right? Does he have those right from the beginning, or does he develop them over time? Yeah, they're from the beginning. Oh, okay, what his awesome origin, his cool origin story, does that get revealed at all? No, it's the Feathered Felon. So the Feathered Felon's first appearance was in Marvel Spotlight number 14 in the C story. It was written by Steve Ditko and Mary Jo Duffy, and it was drawn by Steve Ditko. And here we see Speedball. He's relatively new. This is actually like Speedball's 8th appearance. His dad's a lawyer, and he's taking home a file on Saint Vire, who doesn't matter, never heard of him. Doesn't exist, but he's a big bad guy, and all of a sudden, the Feathered Felon, as we see him, swoops down and steals the briefcase and all the files and just takes off. And they're like, holy crap, this has got to be somebody. Saint Vire obviously wanted these documents to disappear, so he sent in this Feathered Felon to get them. And Speedball is there, and he's like, oh, I gotta get on this because the police might not be able to handle it. And he does, and Speedball confronts the Feathered Felon for the first time, and the Feathered Felon kicks Speedball, and using his kinetic powers, just knocks him out of control. And he's like, wow, by the time I regain control, the Feathered Felon's gone. The police are kind of like, we don't necessarily believe this Feathered Felon, or the Swoop Thief as they call him, is coming and just stealing things. But then there's more and more reports of the Swoop Thief, the Feathered Felon, taking ladies' purses and everything. So it's kind of becoming a deal. And the police are like, okay, we're gonna put some decoy ladies out there with purses and transistors, and we'll track them down, and maybe then we'll find this guy. But Speedball's like, well, I can't leave this to the police, I'm a hero. And Speedball goes and sees the Feathered Felon go into a water tower, and that water tower is empty. And he goes in there, and the Feathered Felon's just got all his stuff right there. He's stealing it all just because he thinks it's shiny. He thinks Speedball's there to play with them, and then it's revealed there that this guy isn't hired by anybody. He's not really motivated even by the greed. The Feathered Felon is just there. He's simple, he's almost childlike. He's more like a bird that has humans, so maybe he's a mutant bird. It's not explained in this issue. The Feathered Felon is like, oh, play. He talks very simply, like childlike, like I said. He's just, oh, these things are shiny. I swoop, I take. And Speedball doesn't even beat him up. He takes off. But Speedball is able to throw some feathers out the window so the police can find it. And then Speedball doesn't even take the credit on this one. The police get the file back, they get the purses back, and the Feathered Felon drops a feather down for Speedball to see and looks up and says, bye-bye. When the feather forms a question mark, knowing, will we see the Feathered Felon again? The Feathered Felon's next appearance was in a Marvel Year in Review for 1992. There was actually a prose tale that described the bar with no name, and how the one in Connecticut started out as a bar catering just to Speedball's villains, like the Feathered Felon. He's just mentioned there briefly. And the Scourge comes in that story, the Scourge of the Underworld, and kills everyone. So there you go. Those were the one appearance and one mention of the Feathered Felon. If you can go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you're new here, and let me know this. Obviously, I went for some natural light, and the sun is just shining in my face. This is an April Fool's video where I just took somebody who had one appearance and tried to do a serious take on it. I actually thought this is kind of interesting, and maybe I might, if you guys respond well to this, if you want me to, I will continue to find just one-off characters or characters that have 2 or 3 appearances that I wouldn't normally cover, and I'll do shorter videos like this for them. In fact, I'm probably going to do it anyway. As I said, I'm Haussmann Comics. Thank you very much for all the support I've been getting on this channel. It's not quite what I was expecting, because I was expecting much less, so thank you very much. I'm glad you all like it, and new videos are gonna still be coming every Tuesday. Like I said, maybe with little ones like this sprinkled in between. Anyway, stay Haussy, folks. I'll catch you tomorrow.